A breaking story. The Supreme Court of Appeal has dismissed an application by Omotoso's legal team. The CSA has ruled that Judge Irma Schoeman's judgment still stands, that the High Court in Port Elizabeth has the jurisdiction to hear all the charges on the indictment. Omotoso's defense team argued that the court does not have the jurisdiction to hear evidence led by the state. Schoeman found that there were no reasonable prospects that another court would come to a different decision. Omotoso and his two co-accused, Lusanda, Sulani and Zukiswa, Sitho, face a total of 97 charges. SABC News reporter Jayed Leigh Paulse gives us a live update. A very good morning to you, Jayed Leigh Paulse. So the Port Elizabeth High Court can hear all the charges.
That's very true. Another blow to defense lawyer Peter Doberman. If you have been following the trial, it's been continuous applications brought by the defense. We first saw the jurisdiction matter being placed on the table, and then there was also the authorization letter, and that dealt with previous NPA hawks, Sean Abrams, whether he signed off, whether there were enough or rather all the charges on that indictment when the former NPA head Sean Abrams signed it off. So there was a lot of applications being brought, and now today, with regards to that jurisdiction petition that Doberman petitioned to the Supreme Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court saying that no, they stand steadfast and they agree with Judge Irma Schoeman that there are no reasonable prospects of success, but also there's no compelling reason as to why the appeal should be heard. And if you have been following the case, the jurisdiction matter is all centralized behind with regards to the charges and where the offences occurred. Desiree, it's very windy in Port Elizabeth, so if I'm going to be battling to hear you, just repeat that question again. So it's just centralizing of the case in PE, and the SCA as well as Judge Irma Schoeman saying that the Port Elizabeth High Court has the jurisdiction to hear all the offences and to hear the state's case.
You answered the question. What we want to know now is if there has been a date set for trial to begin.
Okay, so trial will resume on the 21st of November. We also heard the defense lawyer Peter Doberman saying that he will petition to the Court, so another, application on the cards, and I suppose we'll have to deal with that. So I assume that when trial starts on the 21st, that matter will first be heard. And then there's also the matter of the witnesses, Desiree. When do we see another witness take to the stand? The last one we saw was Cheryl Zondi. So I'm sure many of the people watching the trial very closely, as well as some of the residents in Port Elizabeth as well, want to see some of the witnesses take to the stand.
Well, there you have it. Those are the outcomes of the Omotoso trial today. Judge Irma Schoeman given the go-ahead to interrogate the charges, which is what Peter Doberman and his defense team were opposing. Thank you so much, Jayed Leigh Paulse there. Let's go back.